When what I strongly believe is if our communication skills is strong, then it helps us to deal with the situations better, deal with the people better, and to become the best of ourselves. All right. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to share a PPT, and as the time limit which is given is 30, about 30 minutes, I'll try to complete by 7:25, and then we can keep those 5 minutes for any Q&A that might come or for general discussion that might happen. All right. So, Walaikum salam, Salim sir. If is anyone speaking, or I would request you to put everyone on mute.
You
Is my
continue, sir.
screen?
You continue, sir.
जी
We
जी
will.
screen visible है? Is the screen visible?
Yes, yes. Visible,
Okay,
visible.
okay, great. Yeah. So let's start with the the art of communication skills. Now, when we look at हमारे environment में, we can see that there are especially students who need to develop their communication skills. I'm not just talking about the English communication. We'll also discuss on that how we can improve it, but dealing with each task for the day, right from the time that they start in the school, and the time where they leave from the school. As Malana Saab and Salim Saab also rightly mentioned that students spend about 20 years with the teachers. Now it becomes really important for all of us to understand and give them the best education, best communication skills, best attitude, and develop their mindset so that they become an amazing individual. To be precise, what is communication skill? चलिए हम लोग dictionary terms will let's go with the dictionary definition of what is a communication skill, and then let's see how communication skill is important, why it is important, and how we can master the art of communication. Many of us would have known about Steve Jobs. People said that Steve Jobs is, even though he speaks less, but he communicates better because he's able to deliver his vision and goals in front of the people really well. So ideally, when we look at most of the time, what happens is I want to say something and my teacher wants to say something as well, but there is a broken communication that is happening where the message is not clearly reachable. Our point is communication is commonly defined as the transmission of information from the receiver to the from the sender to the receiver. The receiver receives the message and interprets it. But how the receiver is interpreting is really important. अब हम लोग सोच देते हैं कि मैं क्लास के अंदर जाता हूँ and I start the lesson. I just do the warm up. I just say greeting. Hi everyone. How are you? Did you have your breakfast? And today let's learn about these things, and then I get started. Assume that I'm a science teacher and I'm teaching the topic of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, I explain it really well. My communication, English communication is good. And I feel that students have learned or heard about it, they would have understood. उसके बाद पता चलता है हम लोगों को कि बच्चों के अंदर when we assess or evaluate or interact, you might notice that some of them would go blank, some of them may not understand, some of them might see, okay, the teacher is trying to teach us something, maybe he or she is going to tell more about it. So we need to remember that whether communication means not just transmits meaning, but also it creates the meaning. We all need to understand that it is creating something. What is it creating? It is creating a meaning in the receiver's mind. Okay. When I say that, um, let's take the example of Abhi Paris Olympics. May we know that Arshad Nadeem from Pakistan have won the gold, and Neeraj Chopra from India have won the silver medal. And the way the media narrated it, and the way their parents, are, especially their mothers, communicated is really inspiring. नीरज चोपड़ा की माँ ने कहा कि आई एम हैप्पी फॉर अरशद नदीम, ही इज ऑल्सो आवर सन, राइट? एंड द सेम was said by Arshad Nadeem's mother. She said that Neeraj Chopra is a good friend of Arshad and he is also my son. I am happy for both of them. अभी ये जो कम्युनिकेट इन लोगों ने किया है बस एक लाइन या दो लाइन की स्टेटमेंट है, बट हाउ द वर्ल्ड इज गोइंग टू रिप्रेजेंट इट और टेक इट अप और इंटरप्रेट इट, स्पेशली द मीडिया, दैट इज गोइंग टू प्ले अ मेजर रोल. दैट इज व्हाई द the importance and the ideas lies in the sender, how he or she is trying to send, because it can influence people. Let's understand. The important aspect of communication is listening. Most of the time क्या होता है कि हम लोग listen नहीं करते हैं. We are in so hurry that we want to communicate only what we want to communicate. Okay, मेरी बात बताकर मुझे खत्म करना है बस. ஆர் எப்படி இருந்தாலும் ஓகே, எனக்கு என்ன, நான் அங்கே போறேன், கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிறேன், வந்துடுறேன், அவ்வளவுதான், முடிஞ்சிச்சு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. பட் த இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங் இஸ் வி ஹாவ் குட் லிசனர்ஸ். Until and unless we are good listeners, we cannot be good communicators. Understand it really well. As teachers, as the management of any institution, as principal, as a teacher and trainer, it is important that we become good listeners. Recent study shows that average time spent by a person on workplace, assume that the educational institution where you work, okay, now 36, the 33% is listening, 26 is speaking, 22 is writing, and others includes 19 percentage, right? Now, when we look at this scenario, the speaking part is about the quarter, which is 25, 26 percentage. That means the other time we'll have to be effective listener, effective writer, and the others include your body language, the way you are involved in the conversation. The morning itself, we all are about 75 people here. It's a great thing where 75 people are getting benefited. And if you are present here with full attention, with full focus and concentration, you can see that you are getting amazing output as well. Understand that this is, one of the studies by in the Mehrabian's University, which says that communication skill में जो words hai. We want to use fancy terms and fancy words. But remember that those words accounts just for 7 percentage. How many percentage? 7. How much? 7. Just 7. We think of अमेजिंग टर्म्स टू बी यूज्ड. वोकैबुलरी हम लोगों को बेहतरीन अंदाज में यूज करना है. लेट मी यूज फैंसी वर्ड्स टू impress my listeners. No, because it is accounting for just 7 percentage. 38 percentage is your voice modulation, the pause, the tone that you present. Good morning, my dear students. Today we are here to learn about something which is going to be really helpful for you in the long run. Now, if I go with that full energy, with that full conviction, with that full body language, with that full energy, what happens is it gets spread across the classroom. Understand that communication skill plays a greater role here in order to convey your emotions. Correct? तो क्या होता है यहाँ पर, याद रखिए कि we all are surrounded by energies. Okay, human beings are surrounded by energies. It can be both, that can be positive and also that can be a negative energy. अब क्या होता है कि when I am a positive person, I have my content ready, I am clear about what I'm going to say, I have a concrete message to tell, and I'm sure that I'm going to communicate in a really wonderful way. When I have all this thought in my mind, and when I step into the class, I spread the positive vibes. But if I'm doubtful, if I'm afraid, if I have some other issues in my mind, if I have problems at my home, and when I take those inside the classroom, the same can be reflected in my body language as well. So that is why it is important that as a part of the educational institution, if you have some problems, it is important that you keep those problems outside the gate of the school. or college or university where you are. When you step inside, there should be positivity, there should be light, there should be glow, there should be happiness, there should be smile, there should be warmth in your gesture, right? तो जब सारी चीजें कवर अप करते हुए चलेंगे, then you can see that you are spreading the magic. Why is communication skills important? क्यों सर चाहिए communication skills? Can only the logical skills be fine? Reasoning skills be fine? Interpretation skills be fine? Mathematical skills be fine? Academic skills be fine? Yes, but communication skill is like that. क्या बोलेंगे हम उसे नमक बोलेंगे खाने में, right? Imagine that you are eating a delicious, yummy biryani, which looks delicious and yummy, and you take that loaf, और मुंह में आप खाना डालते हो, पर पता चला कि नमक नहीं है. It it has other ingredients, whatever is needed to make a yummy biryani, except the salt. तो कैसा लगेगा? You right away or say that you straight away say that the salt is missing. We need the salt because it is important. It's an integral part of it, right? Likewise is the communication because it helps you for your presentation skills. When you become expressive, you have beautiful thought in your mind, but if you're not able to express it clearly, then you will not be understood or you will not be visible in the crowd, right? Then negotiation skills. Negotiation skills, it means what I strongly believe is about, it's creating a win-win situation for both, right? How will it happen? It will happen with a proper communication, right? That you go to the market and bargain for some accessory. You want that accessory because you need it at home, and the shopkeeper is saying you some price. You communicate better and tell them the aspects, various aspects to negotiate, and then you create a situation which is helpful for both. Then business writing skills है, जहां पर हम लोग email skills बोलेंगे, से email etiquette बोलेंगे. When you are a good communicator, you also write well, right? When I say communication skills, my communication skill revolves around four aspects, which is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Listening and reading are input skills, wherein we are getting the information from outside, right? Speaking and writing are output skills, where we are expressing our views, thoughts, and ideas. तो ये चीज जरूरी है. देन इज इन्फ्लुएंसिंग स्किल्स. इन्फ्लुएंसिंग स्किल, अगर आप कोई पॉलिटिशियन को अगर देखते हैं, चाहे वो किसी भी लैंग्वेज में बात करे, बट दे विल हैव अ स्ट्रॉन्ग इन्फ्लुएंसिंग स्किल टू इन्फ्लुएंस अ लार्ज क्राउड, right? Likewise, the teacher should, develop those influencing skills, not, in the wrong way, but in a right way where the students can get agree to the point and can generate that curiosity. Similarly, when the student is talking, we need to make sure that we need to groom them in such a way that helps them out. Then cross-cultural communication here, it serves as a gap, right? When you are a good communicator, your communication serves as the bridge between different regions, different religion, different aspects of the world. Then win-win conversation, as I mentioned, then you need to, your selling skills become better. Assume that you go and attend an interview, maybe in the upcoming days or for the upcoming academic year. It is important that you tell them, communicate to them the skills that you possess. When it will happen effectively is when you are a good communicator. Then it helps you to become a great team player, right? Teamwork में काम आता है. I'm going to share with you 7 strategies that we all need to inculcate within ourselves and make sure that we pass it on to our students. The 7 C's of communication. 7 C of communication. Right. Right. It will help you to speak better, write good emails, facilitate meetings. So, जब Singh साहब बात करते हैं, he connects various aspects to the communication and he puts it across the audience. It's a great skill, right? participate in the conference call, create reports, devise presentation, debate with your colleagues and the people around you, and so on and so forth. So the first thing is being clear. Clarity is the number one aspect of communication. Who is my audience and what I'm going to communicate to them? When writing or speaking to someone, be clear about your goal or message. Because if I'm unclear what I'm going to talk today, I can be talking about so many topics. I can, it's like a open ground for me where I can talk anything. But when I have a goal in front of me, and then I'm clear about my direction. करेक्ट आज अगर मुझे ये टॉपिक नहीं दिया जाता तो मैं कई टॉपिक्स पर बात करूं I have so many topics to talk about, and it can take the whole day. But much comprehensively, I need to talk about communication within the given time limit. That is why clarity is important. The second point is concise. जब मौलाना बात कर रहे थे, एक बात मैंने नोटिस किया कि उन्होंने 27 मिनट्स में अपना डिस्कशन खत्म किया है. He has the capacity to speak for a whole day. But still, we need to keep it concise so that we stick to the point and keep it brief. Right? Your audience doesn't want you to read those 6 sentences when you can communicate your message in three. अगर अजीम कीजिए कि हमने कम्युनिकेशन स्किल सेशन स्टार्ट किया और मैंने इधर उधर की बातें करने से स्लाइड को देखकर डायरेक्टली स्टार्ट कर दिया लाइन बाय लाइन वर्ड बाय वर्ड then you will say what is the use of this session then if I am able to read by myself. तो यहाँ पर जब लोग वो experiences शेयर करेंगे जो the persuasion skills when we talk about the negotiation skills when we talk about and the practical ideas and the books and website तो आपको better knowledge मिलेगा and we will do better, right? Then is concrete, right? Concrete में क्या है कि your audience has a clear picture of what you are telling them. So, Salim sir, initiator, he said that I'm going to talk about master the art of communication skills. So you are clear. Oh, okay. One resource person is going to come here and he's going to talk about the communication skills. You are clear there. But there are details, but not too many, and vivid facts. There is laser-like focus, and your message is solid. When I talk about data, I showed you how much percentage is needed. When I talk about why these skills are important, I showed you that diagram where you learned about various ways and domain where this skill can be communicated, and my message is going to be solid because I am going to share the message in the given time frame. Then making sure that your content is correct, right? Correct communication is also error-free communication. Make sure your message is clear and correct by asking yourself the questions in this format. If I am saying you a sentence, assume that today we are going to learn the master, we are going to master the art of communication with the help of effective communication skills by learning the 7C formula. That is my statement. Now, when I write this statement in the note, how is the statement looking like? Where is the grammatical error? Or whether the sentence formation is right or not. Once I know that it is correct or it is reachable and it can be received in the way I want to convey, then my message is correct. Then it is important that our communication is coherent. It's logical, right? It should be related to the main topic. When I give you any example and I start giving you examples which are rocket science, which is not related to the communication part. But as a teacher, we can relate anything to the communication part. That is the beauty of a teacher. A teacher can take any example and can relate to the topic that they are talking to. Knowingly, I gave the example of biryani so that you can think that even that can be related as a part of communication skill to show its significance and importance, right? And the tone and the flow of text should be consistent. The sixth point is about being complete. Once I complete my presentation, I told you about the master of communication, the art of communication skills. Then I talk about the various books that can help you out. I talk about the website, and then I close it by thanking the organizers. Then that 30 minute I have completed whatever is expected out of me, right? Then I call or no call for action that I have given you these strategies. It's important now to inculcate those habits and tactics within you and also pass it on to the students, right? Have you concluded with all relevant information? Then being courteous. Courteous communication means being friendly, open and honest. इस्लाम में एक चीज है कि there is a beautiful thing, there is a beautiful hadith which says that appreciate in public, reprimand in private. Your communication should be such that it is friendly, open, and honest. When I say friendly and open, you appreciate the good work that is done by the students inside the classroom. And if they are making any mistake, if you think that, Malana Sahab said about the tarbiyat aspect, tarbiyat में कुछ कमी है, तो डायरेक्टली आकर हमें क्लास के अंदर डायरेक्टली नहीं बोलेंगे. Hey, what is this? What is happening with you? Or what with all of you? Don't you have common sense at all? Are you guys logical? Right? Can't you think about it? नहीं करेंगे हम लोग उनको बुलाएंगे. I was a teacher for about 3 years in one of the schools here, Gateway Public School, and also I keep visiting schools and colleges for lectures. तो जब मैं जाता हूँ वहाँ पर, it is important that I convey this message so that the learning can take place in a beautiful way. If you want your students to love you, give them open feedback, but give them in private, right? Keep your appreciation in public. Some of the books that I want to recommend you with if you want to improve the art of communication skills in you and also pass it on to your students. These are my top favorite. It is going to be important. Understand the unleash the power of storytelling. As a teacher, you all need to be great narrators and great storytellers. Remember that in our childhood, we used to listen to that Nani Dadi story, right? नानी माँ बैठकर किस्सा कहानी सुनाती थी और हम बहुत इंटरेस्ट के साथ सुनते थे. आज भी वो हमें स्टोरीज याद है, राइट? एक कौवा प्यासा था का स्टोरी स्टिल वी रिमेंबर दैट, right? The fox and the grape story, we still remember that. We listen to those stories to, through our nani, dadi, through teachers and through elders. So become a good storyteller and also encourage your students to become good storytellers. Then their communication significantly improves. 5 stars करके एक किताब है, The Communication Secret to Get from Good to Great. I know that you are all good. You are amazing. You are wonderful. But if you want to be a great teacher, then you learn the art of communication. We need to talk, how to have conversations that matter. I know, as I mentioned, being friendly, honest, and open about it. Power questions. Build relationship, win new business, and influence others by asking the right questions at the right time. Then the last one is how to talk to anyone so that people can listen to you. It is important. If I don't speak well, if I don't communicate well, then people will start leaving from this meeting. So it is my duty to give my best and to make the listeners' time valuable. Then activities which can be given to students in order to improve the communication is really important. I'm just running through them fast by keeping the time in mind. Please take care of all these things. If you want this PPT, I will share this with Salim Saab. You can get it from him. Guide the blindfolded करके गेम में यहाँ पर हम लोग क्या करेंगे, where a student wears a blindfold and other students guide them on to a path. The idea and the tips is shared below. Then second is the back to back, which is a exercise in your instruction where you will be listening carefully and also you observe that information and then you speak up. The third one is team debate tournament, where people are in a group of students will talk about for and against, and also the group who speaks against will speak about for, and the group which speaks for will speak about against, so that they form a neutral opinion. The fourth one is you don't say, you just show your body language. It's about the nonverbal cues. Crossing arms. What I'm doing now? Crossing arms. Then smile. What I'm doing? Smiling. Then frown. Now, when you give these gestures and ask students to crack that and make a sentence out of it, then, by their ideas, they will do it. Then pick and speak. यहाँ पर क्या कीजिए कि टॉपिक्स, वेरियस टॉपिक्स you take up, and then you put it in a chit and put that in the bowl. Ask the students to take it and speak whatever comes to their mind. Make it open, and this way they will be able to develop their public speaking skills as well. Some of the websites that I want to recommend personally is, the number one is Talk English. Talk English is a beautiful website where you get the daily conversation skills. Duolingo hai, BBC Learning English hai, which is a comprehensive range of resources. There is English Center. It provides you an opportunity to listen to and speak as well. Right. Then there is this site and app Busu, which offers English grammar, vocabulary, and conversation picture, because there will be two people sitting in the garden. What kind of conversation will go when they are talking? Then is Memrise में क्या है कि range of courses and activities है, which also helps you for your pronunciation skills. Okay. Then these are some of the useful URLs that I want you to go through, which is englishpage.com, ESL Gold, Learn English Online, Breaking News English, My Language Exchange. So, with that, I conclude my session. Remember that you have been blessed to be a teacher and you are given a great opportunity. If your institution has 200 people, then you are responsible for 200 generations. It's a big responsibility. When you take that accountability and make sure that you're giving your best, your message is done and clear. I wish you all good luck and I wish you all the best in your journey of teaching, learning, and communication. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Over to you, Salim sir.
Thank you very much, Janab Abdul Aleem sir. What a fantastic presentation and a lot of important points about communication. Sir told 7% words only reaches the student. 38% voice tone is important. Even in the parliament, when the speaker tone changes, and one of the jabber the get upset. So tone is very important. So in the class also we have to take care that our tone is in place. And also sir told a very important point: 55% of body language, face, arms movement is also there. So when a member of the parliament shake her hands in a way, then many objected also. So that means our face, hand, movement, standing in front of the students is very, very important. So sir shared very important points about these communications. And sir also told about presentation skills, communication skills. Yeah, we have to take care of all these things. Presentation skills, the students have to develop. They must develop the negotiation skills. They must know about the business writing skills, influencing skills, and cross-culture communication skills. Win-win conversation is also important. Conversation is not only to win the win yourself, but we have to win the hearts of the opponent. So win-win conversation we have to teach to our students, and teamwork is more important. So sir has shared a lot of important points, and particularly the 7 C's sir has told is very, very must for all the teachers. Many teachers trainees are also here. BSS diploma in primary education students are here. For them, it is very important. They are the trainees and they are going to the students. So 7 C's, they have to be clear in their concepts. So knowledge is needed. For that, if you want to be clear in your concept, you have to read. You have to read more books, listen to more people. Then only your thought will be clear, and it should be concise. Once you know many things, you should not put all the things at a time. So it should be concise, and it should be concrete, it should be correct, it should be coherent, it should be complete, it should be courteous. Many things Aleem sir has told. So we are thankful to Aleem sir for giving such a fantastic points to us. And here the beneficiaries are BSS students. So many BSS students who are here, they must give remarks in their groups. Go to the group and say that we have learned so much things by attending, by sacrificing 1 hour sleep during morning time, rest during morning time. We have learned so many things. So you put your expressions and good comments in your group so that more people comes here. We are thankful to Imam Shafi staff also. Imam Shafi staff is continuously without any break. Nearly 15 to 20 teachers used to attend. So one school whose maximum staff are attending is Imam Shafi School. We are thankful to the management also and to the teachers also, and Safa Arni School, both the branches, they are attending it. So we are thankful to all of them. Again, tomorrow we will be meeting Sunday for the Tamil sessions and all. Yes, anyone want to say something? You can come out if you want to say. Then you will conclude. So with this, we are yes, sir. Yes, and want to say. Yes. So with this, we are concluding this program. Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanakallahumma bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. The program
Thank you so much,
concluded.
sir. Thank you,
Thank
Salim
you.
sir.
Thank you.